Understanding and watching Mr. President, I'll teach you how you can make a piano using this ps2 keyboard. So this is a ps2 keyboard which is actually stable to arduino, which is connected 5 volt to VCC to 5 volts down to ground and clock to digital 4 and data to digital 7, and this arduino loads stored and libraries which can run and produce different sound at pin number 9, which is go to the resistor 3D313 resistor base terminal. Exactly here you can use the series with one capacitor, since this audio signal is form of AC, but if we leave DC signal, some case Arduino can leave out to DC signal, it might be short circuit since this is a speeder connected. That's why we need a capacitor to filter the DC voltage passing only AC voltage or AC signal. But here just for demo that we have connected. But I recommend if you use permanent, then you use the capacitor, transistor, base and collector terminal. Both pins you connect different two capacitors, which are identical at least. And this is transistor emitter is connected to a negative of this Arduino, and collector is output. This transistor acts like the amplifier. Here you use it and you use commercial or any custom amplifier, or you can use speaker also, which inbuilt amplifier. Now next speaker directly, and this is headphone. You can use speaker, but I don't have speaker. I can headphone instead. And this is a power bank which is powering the Arduino. Power on. The board have too many keys, so I cannot enter all the keys. Respect code. Only 5 keys are working. In my case, you can use multiple keys. That means if you want. Because it is too much keys, because I not add all the keys in the code, since it is too much keys like the 200 keys. So if it's difficult to add one by one key into a code, and also the code too long, it may be not supported by Arduino internal memory. That's why. Let me restart the board. This time it is a little bit difficult to focus both things, since I will maintain this video from cell phone and both the things facing at same time. It may be a little bit difficult. So you can see it shown a table, page up T and headphone produce sound, and it put page down T, you can see, and it put this LT, and it put top LT, and it shows this left wall T, and if we put escape T, so these are I put it inside the code, and although it will put 2 times sometimes or sometimes 1 time, since this one it will give over send the command, since press the button, it is not delay. I not put any delay in the coding. So if we take 2 commands, it only be done 2 commands. This file to move out. That's why it's not working. If it takes 2 state command from 2 times, it will play 2 times a tune. No matter when it press the button and leave the button, and also press and leave, then it will all these 2 statements. It all play by 2 statements. So that means it is clear. If you use 1 time, then you can press button or gently, not do all the buttons like this. So in here, let me restart the board. So in here, if you run that particular button, and press and once, instead you can press and holding it. It might be take a little bit time until you release the button and still turn on some time the tune, since we put lots of statements at the same time. All these statements are running inside, so because I never put a delay, so it will continue to read the statement until this statement is over, no matter button is pressed or not that time. And if that time similarly I press this any one button, it will change the statement I put there's 5 keys here, but you can put all these but 5 buttons I put here. You can put all the buttons if you want and make also you can use a bit of loudspeakers like that, or you can also use the 3.5 mm jack speakers which can cut the jack or cable, or you can use separate female to male aux cable use. Male side will be cut and both the left and right channels common together and at the out cluster of the trans. That time you cannot need a transistor without if you speaker inbuilt amplifier. You can get left right channels common terminal to pin number 9 ground to arduino ground simply, and you can use as, or you can set this all thing into the one purple box, and then you also use a separate power bank, or you can also use a charger if you want, or you can also be powered by a laptop. Here I cannot power by a laptop yet because you may thinking this sound coming from laptop, but not. This sound is coming from only with this project. We can explain the tour of my DIY piano. First, we need 2 libraries for this project. One is ps2 keyboard.h library, which is library to use interface with ps2 keyboard, and one library is used volume3.h library, which library is used to produce different sound at pin number 9. We said one as a slot pin and another as a data pin. Digital 7 and the I2 R2 pin, which is a slot pin, pin 3, digital 3 and 7. These are 2 pins which communicated with keyboard ps2 lead, ps2 keyboard, that is pin number 7, clock is pin number 3, digital. Then define the speaker pin, which is a pin 9, set the initial value, frequency value 440 Hz. Then define 3 functions. One is void wolf, which one is void R2D2, and third is void chip fade. These are 3 functions, and which will work in the after is starting, and in the other functions. Initially we set the volume to the zero level, initial volume. Then we this code is running, which is defining the overall. Then we use the 2 variables unit 8 dash t variables to use vdir or fdir, which are both are equals, both are 1. Then I use ps2 keyboard. This line commands the ps2 keyboard, and there are mid stored, although they have not. I made not made in the straight way. Some lines stop, some line if flow is not straight, but it's working very well. Whole use we use volume. It was true. We use volume evaluate. This at the volume bytes node count equals 0. Keep track of nodes play for so far. It will count in how many nodes we are playing. There is this line contains some nodes form of array, and here we define maximum number, which number array we put array here. For example, for this time this value is not in here because I modified it, or I not change back. There's 1 2 3 digits instead of space, so we will 26 number total, means these are the stored value. We put the maximum number how many bytes we store here. In the byte setup, first it's initial line the keyboard using keyboard.begin data dot IRQ pin. It will start getting data from data and slot pin for keyboard. keyboard communicated with keyboard baud rate is 90066 for system troubleshooting or system communication. Then we use two more functions, which is wolfish and wolfish style and R2D2 functions. We put two functions again, and the while loop. If keyboard not available, it checks whether keyboard is available. Read the incoming tractor equals keyboard dot read. If tractor dot ps2 down, then fingerprint ps2 enter. Since this this one is wrong, statement error put high. Since this is a fingerprint statement, I will first initially try to this experiment with my Inter T. Then after realize my T board is Inter T is damaged, so I change this Inter T with down arrow T, and here fingerprint I cannot change the value same as the top. But you can change this value if you want. But otherwise fingerprint is no matter. This line is only be used for troubleshooting. When T plus T is detected or not. Tone place Peter this VOL dot tune Peter pin
1025.
1023. So this commands play the tune to at pin number 9 with using PWM technique between 1025 to 1023 sampling rate. Delay 70 milliseconds. Then we start this code, which is also playing from code unit 16-T V equals 1000, which is again V variable value stores 1000, while 1000 V greater than 0 tone play wall dot tone splitter 290 V. So this was set the value with after we compare this value with 0. If greater than this value, then it comes this function run, which says it plays 2090 2090 alt tone in the speeder pin, delay 10 seconds, and minus 10 V minus equal 10. It minus the variable value between 10 or equal. And similarly, if we do further if else if C equals ps2 down, page down, top is page down arrow is a page down, and then it prints delete, print delete ps2 dash delete. Since I am putting for just for testing, delete here you put a right T if you want for troubleshooting. Int f is variable then equals then 122, which is a string frequency store in form of f variable, which is 122, and then it stores volume in the v variable, which is initial state is 0. This line set where the frequency is less data than 2000 volume dot tune speed up in fv, which write the same frequency less data than 2000, it will write the frequency plus the volume in the speed up in same as down. I did not read all by all, but because it is too big. And lastly, we can put some function modes like game boy, which is also use what the game boy, which is also used in the top in the white setup, and white loop, void will wish, and void r2d2. These are very and void chip fade. These are functions we declare outside on the loop or white setup also. and then also you have define in the global variable place also in the top, and it will always need just first it will our basic outline of this code without explaining too much. There are when I put any T, the PST2 keyboard, PST keyboard that send a particular digit, know that can read the incoming digit and then match with predefined digits using the if else condition or statement. If it is match, then activate the then go to the particular activity which I put in the code, which depend whether which is plus. So it first checks incoming digit coming from any keyboard and match its database conditions, and then which condition true or false. Then it decides whether to play which tone which time. So if you want modified, you can simply do you can add more functions. First you can need a code which code contain multiple you can store or multiple samples, audio samples, which is form of or stored or array. Array array is not maybe what because array contain too much weight, which might be overload the memory of the Arduino. Then use small little array, or you can use any code which can other code which can contain some values. You can some tones. You can first define if you have a function in the code, you can copy the functions and function paste only the global variable based global variable portion, which is the top portion between white outside the white setup and white loop, and then we can the mini code used in the white loop. But note, you may see previous code the some basic variables which are defined in the white setup. You always define in the white setup of for this code. We use a while using a while loop. After this, the after the else conditions, if else condition. So if else condition, like last else condition, the end of the while loop. Yeah, here you put more conditions. Like I put if else, there, same else if else you can put, and same line put all the way to down, but only difference you can change this ps2 that t. Here put ps2 last digit, I put ps2 dash f1. You can repeat this line all the way down same as before, and only difference you can change ps this last digit, which is last two digits, which is either f1, or you can put a b c and random keys which keys button in your keyboard.